just wanted to make a real life I'm just pretty overwhelmed today. Not really feeling right. Not really feeling good. Not really feeling happy. Just kind of mixed up. I think that's because I don't have a room to go to right now because they're using it for therapy, and I think that kind of upsets me. And it just kind of triggered some memories of not really having a room in a house that's very similar to this one. So living with 3 other siblings and not having a bed, not having a room, sleeping on the floor. It's really difficult. You know, and my therapist is going on vacation. Like, that really fucking sucks. It's like the worst possible timing ever. She's just gonna look at me and tell me, you know, everything's gonna be okay. What if it's not, Kate? Is any of this okay? I might have fucking cancer. I might have fucking cancer. On top of everything else right now. On top of alcoholism, codependency, and trauma, and DID, and homeless insecurity, financial insecurity, just all of it. I didn't get paid yet. It just sucks. It really fucking sucks. Just upset. And none of it's in my control, so I can't do anything about it. The only thing that's in my control is staying sober, working on my codependent tendencies, going to meetings. Doing art, you know, writing, journaling, being in nature, taking care of my dog. Like, those are all things I can control, and that's it. That's all I get. Everything else, I can't control. If they don't want to give me this job, they're not going to give it to me. And I don't know why. They found somebody else. That's has to be okay with me. Work is the same way. They don't want to hire me. I didn't make it to the next level. That's not in my control. That's not in any way mine. I did my best. I gave my resume. I did the interview. I did all of it. And what upsets me is it would save me. And to just be so close to something and just not get it, just be told no, instead you have cancer, like, ouch. Ouch. That sucks. Just sucks a lot. it's not in my control. You know, it's just funny because their idea while our therapist is on vacation is to pretend to have her own therapy sessions and to pretend someone to be Kate. Kind of like we do a play or something. I think that's really fun. We do it Monday at 10 o'clock and then Thursday at 9. Because that's what it's supposed to be. So I'm just sitting with it, you know, I'm just sitting with this overwhelmed wave because I can learn from it. Emotions aren't bad. No emotion's bad. It's just, for me, it's taking the time to just work through it. Right now, my life is very overwhelming, very much, but I'm used to it by now, because this isn't like the first time. This is pretty normal. Of course, when I'm going to find out whether or not I have cancer, my therapist is going to be gone. Of course. Of course. Of course I find out I'm an alcoholic right when my therapist is going on vacation. Of course. Of course, I find out that I'm losing my benefits when my therapist is going on vacation. Of course. When it rains, it pours. There's no other way about it in our life. When it rains, it pours. But it's like, what are we going to do about it? I know that's what's important. I know that's what recovery means, is what are you going to do about it? And for me, it's not suck it up, Buttercup. That really pisses me off. Suck it up, Buttercup sucks. Because nobody deserves to just have to suck up trauma like that. Nobody deserves that. So instead, it's just sit with it. And see what comes out of it. So instead of suck it up, Buttercup, it's let's sit. I'm trying to be creative in the phrase. So instead of suck it up, Buttercup, it's sit with it, be with it, be okay. Sit with it, be with it, it'll be okay. That's what it is. It's not suck it up, Buttercup. It's sit with it, be with it, it will be okay. And that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. Because I did that for myself. Because I know that no matter what, I always am going to get what I need when I need it. I know that. I've lived long enough now to see that. I've been through enough now to know that. The only other problem we're having is it's not what I want. Because I'm a selfish alcoholic. I'm a selfish alcoholic that wants it my way. I want to be a fucking scientist. I want to be a fucking scientist. God damn it. Why can't I just be a scientist? It's just, the answer is no. Right now. And that's what I can't sit with. Is no, you don't get to be a scientist, you get to be homeless and struggle for money instead. Because that's just the way the world works right now. And that's so hard for me to work through. I've been dealing with that grief for over a year now. It's been over a year. I'm still struggling with it. I'm still sitting with it. So I'm going to do rain with that, you know? Recognize it. I recognize that I'm in grief over losing my PhD. I recognize. And I'm sitting with it. I'm allowing myself to sit with, no, you don't get your PhD right now. And why does that upset me? Because I deserve it. I deserved it then, I deserve it now, I deserve it in the future. And nurture myself and say, I'm sorry. I forgive myself for doing what I had to do to keep myself safe at the moment. At the cost of not getting it. And now having to live with the fact that it might not work out. I might not get that PhD in that way. I might not get that project back. It's up to stone. I've done everything I can. But I can pray for it. I can pray and I can say, help. I pray someday I can get that PhD. Have the opportunity present itself to me. I can write a song about it. You know, I can do things. I'm just nurturing myself with that. Just sitting with it. Because it hurts. But it's like glass. It's like a heart made of porcelain, just like the song Porcelain. And then there's another song they're singing in my head right now that I'm not sure what it is, that I'm gonna have to find on Pandora. But yeah, I feel better already. Just sitting with it. Just RAIN, man. The acronym RAIN works, at least for me. And so RAIN, it's a, I think, DBT. I think it's CBT. I don't know. I'm not good with words. But it's a type of therapy technique that is an acronym. So RAIN stands for recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. And it's a way to problem solve as well as a way to work through emotions. And we just did it twice, and I already feel better. So I'm thankful for that. It's just, life's just a lot, and I'm only 30. We just turned 30. You know, I'm 17 in my eyes, but don't tell my therapist. She's gonna look at me and be like, but in the real world, and it's like, okay, internally, I'm 17. And I think that's what they're trying to tell me. It's like with DID, alters like me, like, we're just internal. Externally, it doesn't matter what we feel internally. Externally, we're still one brain. We are all still one nervous system. We are still all one body. We just share it. And that's where we start arguing with the therapist. Because we're so much alcoholic that is angry. And we're stubborn as fuck. That's the other problem. We're stubborn as fuck. You tell us the world works one way, we will fight you tooth and nail just to prove you wrong. And because we have to be right. And that's a codependent tendency. The need to be right. The need for that control that is compulsive. Codependent. Straight up. I'm codependent. That's the root. Is that need to be right. That need for control. Compulsive. What's it rooted in? Trauma. How do we get through that? Kate. Our therapist. Just straight up. Therapy. But here's my take on therapy. I'm just taking my look at therapy. Is a void. We just throw all of these like marbles each session. We're just throwing a marble in, throwing a marble in, throwing a marble in. We're not working through the trauma. It's just like we're just throwing it out there. So it doesn't feel like we're processing anything. It doesn't feel like we're healing anything because we're still in this terrible phase of learning the system. The system's so big. It's a void. It's a black hole. And that's where I'm stuck, is it's like, are we actually healing, Kate? Are we actually healing? Is this actually healing? Because it doesn't feel like healing. It feels like it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And to me, it's like, wouldn't healing be getting smaller and smaller and smaller? I think that's where I'm at right now, is I hate it. I hate how big it is. I hate how much trauma there is. I hate it. I hate there's still yet another altar, because that's what happened the other day. We learned there's another altar named Victor, and it's like, who's Victor? Like, I don't even know who he is. I know he speaks Spanish. And it's like, alright. I know he has a story, but I can't read the book that he wanted. I can't read it. But he says we can. And it's like, alright, Victor. Alright. And that's where it stops. And it's like, I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like I'm crazy. But I'm not crazy. I'm just traumatized. Plain and simple. Just traumatized. That's what hurts the most. So I'm gonna go do a different type of therapy. I'm gonna go browse somewhere. I like going to big stores like Walmart or Target and just walking around, pretending to get things, pretending where I would put them, just imagining, because I don't have any money, I have no means to do any of that, but it helps. So I'm gonna go do that. I hope everybody out there is having a better time than we are. if you're right smack in the dab of something with us, just know you're not alone. I just want that message to be put out there. And that's what I've learned being in AA, at least in the last 4 days that I've been going, is I'm a knucklehead for thinking I have to do sobriety by myself. I'm a knucklehead, because you do not. I do not. I do not. I don't have to go through the next week by myself, waiting for my therapist to get back. You know, I don't have to rely solely on one person either. I'm learning that I can rely on myself, and that's just being codependent. That's another codependent tendency that I recognize, is the need for somebody else to take care of me. It's like, no. The body is 30. We have alters that, I think the oldest alter we have right now is like 29. So we need somebody like that to take care of us. Take care of the body, and we just aren't there yet. And that's okay. We're building on it. Little by little. I think the first step is going to this meeting. Life's hard, man. I know that. I know that a lot of people like to remind people of that in the adult world, and that's really sad. Like, I don't think, as an adult, I don't think I need to remind any other adult that, hey, did you know that the world's really hard to live in? Did you know that? Did you know? Because if not, I'm just going to remind you today. I think that is the worst possible thing you can do to somebody. At least in my mind, because it already sucks. You know, the world already is hard. So why would you add to somebody's pain? That's what I don't get. I don't know, man. I think this is where I'm gonna end it. I just wanted to say thanks to all you listeners out there. Squad, give us a like if you enjoyed this podcast, and if not, give us a thumbs down. Show us a comment so we can learn from it. We'll take into consideration, you know, obviously we're not going to change based on our audience, but we can learn from people. You know, we're all about that. We're all about learning. We're all about being open, you know, but so we'll consider the feedback. So you can always send us an email to anonymousbeats, 8, @gmail.com. That is our channel's email. We're still waiting to do a Q&A. We haven't gotten any responses, so hopefully we can get some likes on this and some comments on this video so that we can move into what we want to do, which is a Q&A with the squad. So squad, if you're out there, let us know. So I hope everybody's having a beautiful and safe day. I'm going to try my best to stay sober and just do 1 minute at a time, because that's all we can really do. So with that, I'm going to say have a great day, everyone, and stay safe.